Hello, thank you for joining me today as we go over how to navigate and use all the tools found on St. John Transit's website. In order to get there, we need to first go to the top bar, click on it, and type in www.stjohn.ca. Press enter. Then we're going to go down to where it says Transit. From here, we scroll down a bit farther and we'll see some useful information. Over on the right-hand side, you'll notice that it has some interactive maps. St. John Transit routes, where to buy monthly passes, and where to buy COMEX passes. And then on the left-hand side is where you're going to find several links. From the top down is Transit, routes, stops, and schedules, Transit newsroom, fares and passes, accessibility, rideship rules, Parco bus park and ride, city bus tours, charter bus service, advertising, and organization. In the middle, you'll see a quick rundown of St. John Transit. Underneath that, you'll find transit news. A little farther below that is status of any buses that were late or canceled due to weather, as well as a transit route finder. Slightly below that, you'll see several options that were over on the side. They include routes, stops, and schedules, fare and passes, where to buy, Parco bus, airport service, and employment opportunities. And a little bit further down from that is all the contact information for St. John Transit. But right now, let's focus on the routes, stops, and schedules, fare and passes, and where to buy. Let's start with routes, stops, and schedules. So when we click on this tab, we scroll down and you'll see the status again of buses, whether they're late or canceled due to weather. A little further down, you'll find your routes. Your mainline routes being bus 3, 9, and 1. Your north and south routes, buses 20, 21, 25, and 23. Your west side routes, buses 15, 14, 13, and 12. Your east side route being buses 33, 34, 32, 31, and 30. And your COMEX routes being buses 53 and 52. Let's go back to the top to investigate some useful tools. We'll be using bus 1 in this example. You'll click on bus 1. When you first click on bus 1, you'll see that the status of this bus is here again, for any cancellation or lates due to weather. Just under that, you're going to see a map that'll show all the available bus stops along the route. You can zoom in. Underneath that, you'll find stops and schedules. You'll find some tabs underneath that, which will have weekday service, Saturday service, and Sunday service. You can click on these tabs to check if the stops have changed depending on the day. The tab won't be there at all if there's no service for that day. And then underneath that, you will see the name of the stop, the first bus and last bus to arrive, you can scroll down to check every available bus stop and the times that the bus is expected to be there. Let's check for Market Square. You click on this little arrow. That'll give a drop-down menu. We can find walking directions to this bus stop and other buses that stop here. Just under those, you'll find the name of the bus route and how often the bus shows up at the stop. In this case, it's every 30 minutes from 7:32 a.m. to 10:32 p.m. Just underneath that, you'll see that it does state 7:32 a.m. Then the next one's at 8:02 a.m. and so on and so forth. Let's click on walking directions so we have an idea on how to get there. So it'll show you your starting location and then leave a dotted blue line on the path you need to take to walk there, as well as give an estimated time at how long it'll take you to get there. Let's go back and take a look and see which other buses stop at Market Square. As we can see, 15, 9, 1, 3, 25, and 23 all stop at Market Square. But on Saturday and Sunday, fewer buses are available, with Sunday having the least amount of available buses at Market Square. Let's go back to routes and schedules and take a look at the interactive map for the routes. Now that we're back at the main page of routes and schedules, we will see interactive map on the right hand side of the screen. And we'll click on the blue lettering that says St. John Transit Routes. After we click on it and wait for it to load, we will see several tabs at the top. We'll look at all routes first. In this tab, we will see a legend that will tell us what the symbols mean and what each line color means. Let's go over them. Park and ride lots is this little P. We can see several around the map. Underneath that, we'll see that the blue line indicates main line routes, orange lines indicating west routes, the yellow line indicates north and south routes, the purple line indicating east routes, and the green line indicating COMEX routes. If you want to look around the map, you can do that by clicking and dragging on the map. You can also zoom in and zoom out, the scroll on your mouse, or with the plus and minus in the top left of the screen. If you get really far off of the map and you want to recenter it to where it was originally, you can press the little house button, which will take you back to the original starting point. You can also click this button to find where you are, as well as you can click on this to search where you want to go to, which can help you plan out your route. In this case, let's take a look at 75 Adelaide Street. The little black dot is where we had searched, and you can see that there is a bus stop nearby due to this little circle. If we go over and take a look at our legend, we can tell that this is a non-sheltered bus stop. If you see a dark gray little circle, you know it's a sheltered bus stop. If you see a gray diamond, it's a connection point. And you can also see the color of the routes that are nearby. So we know there's a connection point that's sheltered here, due to the legend. If we click on it on the map, it'll give us an address for that bus stop. So let's say we want to be more particular. We'll take a look at Route 1, A and B. We'll scroll in some and see that this bus stop is relatively close to where we wanted to go to, Douglas Ave and Main Street. So let's scroll out and see where Route 1 meets our current location. We'll take a look at the COMEX routes and find a connection point for a COMEX bus and regular buses for around town. King Square is the closest connection point for both buses. If we take one at King Square, we can get to Douglas Ave, which is just a short walk from where we wanted to go to. Using this tool is how we can find our bus stop, so we know which bus stops to look up the times for, so that we won't be late for anything we wanted to look into. Next, let's take a look at fares and passes. If we click on the tab and scroll down just a little bit, we'll find cash fares per ride. For an adult cash fare, which is for anyone 15 to 65, is $2.75. Underneath that, you'll see the fare for senior citizen, which is 65 and over, which is $2.50. Underneath that, we will see the child cash fare, which is anyone 6 to 14, which is $2.50 as well. And just underneath that, we will see that for anybody who is ages 5 and under, can get on the bus free of charge for the first 3 children. After that, it's $2 each. They want exact change only, and any children under the age of 5 must be accompanied by an adult. Underneath that, we'll see the prices for the monthly bus pass. For an adult bus pass, it's $77. For a student bus pass, it's $66. And for a senior bus pass, it's $55. And just underneath that, we can find the prices for transit cards. For an adult 20 ride is $50. And for a 10 ride is $25. And just underneath that, we'll find the prices for the student and senior transit cards. For a 20 ride is $44, and for a 10 ride is $22. Now let's go back up to the top and find out where we can buy monthly passes. You can either click on the interactive map or click over on the left hand side of it where it says where to buy. Here it'll give you the side of town as well as the name of the store and the street on which it's at, so that you can try and find it to buy. If we're North End and we're looking for where to buy one, we can see that Shoppers Drug Mart on Lansdowne Ave sells them. And if we look farther down, we'll see all the other possible locations to try and buy a bus pass at. If you want to take a look at the interactive map, we can go here. And all these blue little tags will show us where we can find bus passes at. You can zoom in to get more detailed information on the streets. Let's go back to the main page of transit. From here, we're going to scroll down a little bit to take a look at the rideship rules. In here, we can find all the rules for riding the bus. A good example of something you might not have known of is that if you want to get off of the bus in between stops, when the sun has gone down, you are allowed to ask the bus driver to do so. Lastly, you might want to take a look at their accessibility commitment for the people who have a mobility impairment. You can read a short description here about what they do for that. With that, we have covered how to navigate and use all the useful tools found on St. John Transit's website. Thank you very much for joining me. Have a great day.